Hey there, coin hunters and history lovers. Welcome back to the channel. If you're passionate about rare coins and hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising modern top 4 quarters to ever grab collectors' attention. The first up, the 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter from the United States. Mint, believe it or not, one of these coins, a single $quarter, has sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars under the right conditions. How can a coin worth just 25 cents turn into a small fortune? What should you look for in your pocket change? And what's the story behind the design? Grab your magnifying glass and settle, and let's uncover the story behind the most expensive 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter. To understand the Pictured Rocks quarter, we first need to take a quick look at the Beautiful Quarters program, which started in 2010 and ran through 2021. This program honored 56 national parks and historic sites, one from each state and U.S. territory. The Pictured Rocks quarter, released in 2018, was the first of 5 quarters issued that year, and it commemorated Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore in Michigan. With their unique and region-specific designs, these quarters quickly became collectible. But not all are created equal, and that's where things get interesting. The reverse of the 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter shows a stunning view of a kayaker paddling past Chapel Rock, a dramatic sandstone formation with a single tree growing on top. The obverse, like all quarters in the series, features the iconic bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with inscriptions, "United States of America, Liberty, in God We Trust," and $quarter. These coins were minted in Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, with various versions including circulation strikes, proof, silver proof, and even business strikes. So, how does a 25-cent piece sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars? The average 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter in circulation is worth just face value. But the value can skyrocket based on condition, rarity, errors, and grading. Let's break it down. 1. Circulated coins. Worth $25 to $100 unless there's an error. Circulated coins are common. Point 2. Uncirculated/mint state coins, MS 65 to MS 68. Graded examples can fetch $100 to $1,000 plus. Top population coins in MS 69 or MS 70 from PCGS or NGC have sold for hundreds. 3. Proof and silver proof coin from San Francisco Mint. Proof versions sell from $5 to $50 plus, depending on grade and presentation. 4. Error coins, the big one. 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter sold for over $10,000 because of a major error, as struck through grease error, die cracks, or double die. Other valuable errors include off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and cuts. Finding a valuable coin means knowing what to look for. Let's walk through how to check your Pictured Rocks quarter. A coin in fine condition is nice, but not rare. The ones that sell high are mint state or have error features. Even small imperfections or unique traits can multiply the value tenfold. If you think you found a valuable Pictured Rocks quarter, don't stop there. You'll want to get it graded by a professional service. PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, grading tiers. MS, mint state, 60 to 70 PF for proof coins. High grade MS 68 or MS 69 examples can command premium prices. The grading process also verifies authenticity and preserves your coin long term. Let's take a look at real world sales of expensive 2018 Pictured Rocks quarters examples. eBay sales, $3,000 to $12,000 for error coins. Heritage auctions, MS 69 coins selling for $5,000 plus. As modern coin collecting grows and more people hunt for treasures and change, these rare coins continue to rise in value. One viewer wrote in and said they found a 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter with a double die reverse while cashing out their tip jar. They sent it in for grading, and it came back MS 66, now valued at $4,500. Another collector discovered a proof silver version in a bag of mixed coins bought at a garage sale for $500. You never know where these treasures are hiding. The key is to keep looking, stay educated, and always check your change. So, do you have a 2018 Pictured Rock quarter sitting at home? Have you checked for errors or grading potential? Let us know in the comments. We love hearing your stories. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a future coin spotlight. We've got more amazing coins to uncover, including error pennies, rare dimes, and silver secrets hiding in plain sight. The next up, the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller 2020 quarter dollar. But not just any quarter. We're going to look at the most expensive Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter ever sold, the surprising stories behind it, and what makes this coin so special and valuable to collectors across the country. Whether you're a numismatist, a casual collector, or just love stories about rare finds worth thousands of dollars, stay tuned, because this one is worth every second. Let's begin with a little historical context. The Marsh-Billings Rockefeller National Historical Park, located in Woodstock, Vermont, was the subject of the fourth quarter released in the year 2020 as part of the Beautiful Quarters program. This program, which began in 2010 and ended in 2021, was a 12-year initiative by the United States meant to honor 56 national parks and sites across all 50 states. The District of Columbia and U.S. territories. The park itself is named after three key conservation figures: George Perkins Marsh, Frederick Billings, and Lawrence Rockefeller. Each of them played an important role in shaping America's conservation movement. Marsh was one of the first Americans to express concerns about the destructive impact of deforestation. Billings, inspired by Marsh, purchased the property and established a managed forest and sustainable farming practices. Rockefeller, Billings' grandson-in-law, later donated the estate to the federal government, cementing its legacy as a hub for environmental stewardship. So when the Mint released the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter, it wasn't just another coin, it was a tribute to America's commitment to conservation and sustainability. But little did we know that one of these coins would eventually fetch a jaw-dropping price at auction. Now, let's talk about the coin itself. The Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter was officially released on August 13, 2020. Like all America, the Beautiful Quarters, it features a distinctive reverse design tailored to the park it represents. On the reverse, you'll find a young girl planting a Norway spruce, seedling an intentional nod to conservation and the ongoing efforts to protect our forests. The background shows a mature forest, symbolizing growth and sustainability over time. The inscriptions read Marsh-Billings Rockefeller, Vermont, 2020, and E Pluribus Unum. The obverse of the coin, like all quarters in this series, carries the familiar John Flanagan portrait of George Washington, with slight modifications made by sculptor William Cousins to meet modern minting standards. Inscriptions include United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and quarter dollar. The quarters were minted in three main locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D-mint mark; and San Francisco, S-mint mark. Beyond the regular circulating strikes, special finishes were also released, including uncirculated, proof, and silver-proof versions. But among these, a few rare errors and top-grade examples have taken center stage, one in particular, turning heads in the numismatic world. What makes a coin like the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter go from pocket change to auction sensation? It often comes down to a few crucial factors: condition, rarity, errors, and demand. Let's start with grading. A major driver of value in the coin collecting community coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. A coin graded as MS 70 or Mint State 70 is considered perfect, no flaws visible even under magnification. It's incredibly rare for modern circulating coins to achieve this grade due to how they're handled and distributed. In the case of the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter, PeaceGS and NGC, the two leading coin grading services, have only certified a limited number of coins at the perfect MS70 level. And when a modern coin achieves that perfect grade, it instantly becomes highly desirable to collectors who are building complete, top-grade sets. Even among non-error coins, those with ultra-high grades, especially from the San Francisco Mint, in proof finish have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. But the real jackpot came when an error coin with an unusual and dramatic minting mistake hit the market. So what is the most expensive Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter ever sold? The record-breaking sale came from an error coin that stunned even experienced collectors. In late 2021, a Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter struck on the wrong planchet, specifically A 5-cent planchet intended for a Jefferson nickel was certified and brought to auction. This type of error, known as a wrong planchet strike, occurs when a blank metal disc intended for one denomination ends up in the press for another. It's an incredibly rare minting mistake that immediately raises a coin's desirability and value. Because quarters and nickels differ in size and composition, this coin had a slightly off diameter and weight, and certain details were weak or missing due to the smaller planchet. Despite these oddities, or rather because of them, this coin drew massive attention. After being authenticated and graded by PCGS as a genuine mint error, it sold at auction for over $2,000, a staggering sum for a coin you could have found in change. But that's not the only example. Other error varieties of the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter, including off-center strikes, double strikes, and die cracks, have surfaced and commanded prices anywhere from $100 to over $1,000, depending on rarity and condition. Combine an error with a top-grade designation like MS-67 or higher, and you have a recipe for serious collector interest beyond errors. Another category of high-value Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarters comes from the silver-proof editions. These coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint using specially prepared dies and 99.9% pure silver planchets. The result? A coin with a beautiful mirror-like finish and razor-sharp detail. Silver-proof quarters are not released into circulation instead. They're sold directly to collectors as part of annual proof sets. In top grades, particularly PR 70 Deep Cameo, these silver quarters can fetch significant premiums. While most hover in the $50 to $200 range, especially when certified by PCGS or NGC, some early strike examples or limited edition packaging releases have seen bids go much higher. For collectors seeking to build complete sets of Silver America, the beautiful quarters, the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter is a necessary addition, and if you're looking for the best of the best, the price tag rises quickly. Even without errors, a silver-proof in pristine condition is a treasured piece in any collection. So why do these coins continue to appreciate in value? Several factors contribute. First, the beautiful quarters program has ended, meaning no new quarters will be minted under this theme. That built-in scarcity adds long-term collector demand. Second, the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller quarter represents a unique theme within the series. While many quarters highlight monuments or geographic wonders, this one celebrates the conservation movement, a cause with passionate followers and deep historical roots. Third, the limited availability of high-grade or error examples keeps competition strong. As more collecto. The next up, the Voto para la Mujer quarter is one of the most powerful pieces of coinage ever issued by the United States Mint. And today we're going to explore its story, its history, and why even a fine-condition 2022 P example can command serious value in the collector's market. This is more than just a coin, it's a tribute to one of the most influential women in American history, and a symbol of justice, equality, and representation. By the time we finish today's video, you will understand why this single quarter has captured the imagination of collectors and why one of these coins in fine condition became one of the most expensive of its kind ever sold. The 2022 Voto para la Mujer quarter was minted in Philadelphia, one of the main production facilities for U.S. coinage. It was part of the American Women Quarters program, which began in 2022 to honor the legacies of significant women who shaped the nation's history. This particular coin honors Nina Otero Warren, an educator, politician, and activist who played a major role in securing voting rights for women, especially in the state of New Mexico. Her work was crucial in ensuring that Spanish-speaking women were included in the suffrage movement. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it is a tiny monument to her fight for equality and inclusion. The reverse side of this quarter is where the magic truly happens. It features a beautiful portrait of Nina Otero Warren surrounded by inscriptions, including the bold Spanish words Voto para la Mujer, which means vote for women. This is the first time in U.S. Mint history that a circulating coin features a Spanish-language inscription, making it a landmark moment in numismatic history. This single detail gives the coin an emotional and cultural resonance unlike anything collectors have seen before. People immediately connected with it, not just coin collectors, but also historians, educators, and advocates for Hispanic heritage and women's rights. The obverse, as with all Washington quarters minted in 2022, features the updated portrait of George Washington designed by Laura Garden Fraser, which itself has a fascinating history. Fraser's design was actually created back in 1932, but was not chosen at the time. 90 years later, it finally made its way onto the nation's coinage. So, this quarter carries two historical layers, a long-delayed Washington portrait and a brand-new design, celebrating a Latina suffrage leader. That combination has made the coin particularly attractive to collectors who appreciate history being honored and corrected through modern coinage. But why is the 2022 P version so special? The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these quarters, but not all of them are equal in quality. Coins that were carefully preserved or escaped heavy circulation remain sharp and clear, even if they are classified as fine condition instead of uncirculated. A fine condition coin will still have visible design elements, readable inscriptions, and enough detail for collectors to appreciate the artistry. Because so many of these coins quickly entered circulation, finding one in nice shape is more challenging than you might think. Circulated coins often show scratches, dullness, and loss of detail, so collectors pay extra for those that still look good. When it comes to value, condition is everything. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins on a 70-point scale, and while fine condition is a mid-level grade, it can still be desirable if the coin has special significance. That's exactly what we see with the 2022 P. Voto para la Mujer quarter. Despite being only a few years old, examples of this coin have already sold for many times their face value. Some of these sales are the result of strong demand from collectors who want to complete their American Women quarters set, while others are driven by the coin's cultural importance. The most expensive fine-condition 2022 P. Voto para la Mujer quarter sold for a price that stunned casual collectors, proving that even circulated coins can become treasures if enough people care about them. The reasons behind its high value go beyond scarcity. This coin tells a story. It speaks to the courage of Nina Otero Warren, who faced enormous challenges in her time as a Latina woman in early 20th century America. She campaigned tirelessly to make sure that Spanish-speaking women were included in the suffrage movement, and she worked to improve education for children in New Mexico. Her efforts helped bridge cultural divides and laid the foundation for greater equality. Every time someone holds this coin, they are reminded of that struggle and victory, and that emotional connection is priceless. Collectors are also aware that the American Women Quarters program will only run for a limited number of years, making these designs a finite series. History tells us that when a coin program ends, demand for complete sets skyrockets, driving up prices for individual coins, especially key issues like this one. This is why some collectors are scrambling to find high-quality examples of the 2022 P. Voto para la Mujer quarter now, before prices climb even higher in the future. For long-term collectors, getting in early on a coin like this can be an investment as well as a passion. Another factor that makes this coin exciting is the growing trend of error hunting. Some 2022 quarters have been found with striking errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and other mint mistakes, and these can be worth significant money even in circulated condition. While the record-breaking fine-condition quarter we are discussing today was not necessarily an error coin, the possibility of finding such varieties in circulation keeps collectors hunting through their pocket change, which only adds to the buzz around the series. Perhaps one of the most fascinating things about this quarter is how it has introduced a new generation to the world of numismatics. Young collectors and families have taken up the hobby of searching for American women quarters in their everyday change, sparking curiosity about the people featured on the coins. The Voto para la Mujer quarter is often the favorite of those who discover it because of its beautiful design and inspiring message. This educational aspect adds another layer of value, not financial, but cultural and historical, which cannot be overlooked. In the end, the story of the most expensive 2022 P. Voto para la Mujer quarter dollar in fine condition is not just about money. It is about history culture, and the power of representation. This little piece of metal carries within it the memory of a woman who fought for a better, fairer America. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just someone who loves history, holding this coin in your hand is like holding a piece of the suffrage movement itself. That is why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it, and why its value will likely continue to rise for years to come. So, the next time you get change from a store, take AC. The next up, the 2022 D. Maya Angelou $quarter. This is not just any coin. This is a piece of history that honors one of the most influential literary voices of the 20th century. For the next 30 minutes, we are going to explore why this coin is so special, what makes certain examples worth a surprising amount of money, and why collectors are so eager to add the most expensive Maya Angelou quarters to their collections. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what to look for if you happen to find one of these quarters in your pocket change. Let's start with a bit of background on the Maya Angelou quarter. Released in January 2022, it was the very first coin in the American Women Quarters program, a 4-year series by the United States, mint designed to celebrate the contributions of women throughout American history. This coin features a bold and inspiring design. On the obverse, we see a right-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by Laura Garden Fraser back in 1931, but never used until now. On the reverse, the coin proudly displays an image of Maya Angelou with her arms uplifted, accompanied by a bird in flight and a rising sun, a beautiful tribute to her life, her poetry, and her powerful message of hope and freedom now. The demint mark tells us that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Denver minted coins can sometimes be scarcer than their Philadelphia counterparts, especially when it comes to finding them in top quality condition. While millions of these coins were minted, not all of them survived the journey through circulation unscathed. That's why coin collectors are always on the lookout for examples that remain in fine or even uncirculated condition, because those are the coins that hold the highest value. So, what does fine condition actually mean? In numismatics, the study and collection of coins, fine condition is a grading term that describes a coin that has seen moderate circulation but still retains a good amount of detail. The major features of the design are still visible, though some of the finer lines may be worn down. For the Maya Angelou quarter, this means you should still be able to clearly see her figure, the wings of the bird, and the sun's rays on the reverse side. On the obverse, George Washington's hair and facial features should still be well defined, even if slightly smooth from wear. While this is not the highest grade possible, fine condition is still very collectible, especially when we're talking about key coins like the first release of a new series. Collectors have been paying special attention to the Maya Angelou quarter because of the powerful message it carries, but also because some coins can sell for far more than their face value. The most expensive examples of this coin, even in circulated condition, usually feature rare errors or varieties. Some 2022 D quarters have been found with die cracks, cuds, or doubling on the inscriptions, all of which can dramatically raise the value. For example, a coin with a dramatic die break on the reverse can sell for many times more than face value, even if it's not in perfect mint state. That's why it's so important to look closely at your coins. You might just find a valuable treasure hiding in plain sight. But condition plays a huge role in price as well. Coins in fine condition may sell for a few dollars each to collectors who need them to complete their set, but the highest prices go to coins that grade in the top categories, extremely fine, about uncirculated or mint state. That said, a rare variety in fine condition can sometimes outshine a common coin in perfect mint state. This is where knowledge pays off. If you know how to identify these special coins, you could turn a simple quarter into something worth dozens or even hundreds of dollars. Let's also talk about the sentimental and historical value. Maya Angelou was more than a poet. She was an author, a singer, a dancer, an actress, and an activist who inspired millions with her words. Her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, became a classic of modern American literature. Her voice was one of courage and empowerment, and the United States Mint's decision to honor her on a quarter was widely celebrated. For many collectors, owning a Maya Angelou quarter is about more than just numismatics. It's about holding a piece of cultural history. If we look at the market, prices for these coins have fluctuated since their release. In 2022, when they first came out, many people hoarded them, hoping they would become valuable quickly. As more coins entered circulation, prices stabilized, but rare examples continued to command strong premiums. Auction results have shown that certain error coins have sold for $50, $100, or even more. And while a standard fine-condition 2022D Maya Angelou quarter might not make you rich, it is still a key coin for anyone building a complete set of the American women quarters. What's even more exciting is that coin collecting has been gaining popularity among younger generations thanks to these new designs. The American Women Quarters program brought fresh attention to modern coinage and made casual collectors more curious about what's in their change. Finding a 2022D Maya Angelou quarter in your pocket can spark an interest in coin collecting that lasts a lifetime. In this video, I want to encourage you not only to look for these quarters, but to appreciate the artistry and history behind them. Next time you get change at the store, take a moment to check your coins. Look for that D mint mark. Inspect the design for any unusual markings or doubling, and set aside any coin that looks special. You never know, you might be holding the next most expensive Maya Angelou quarter discovered. Before we wrap up, let's quickly go over what you could do if you find one of these coins. First, handle it carefully. Avoid touching the faces of the coin if possible, because fingerprints can lower its grade. Second, take good photos and compare them with known varieties online or in coin guides. And third, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service if you think it might be valuable. A certified coin with a rare error can fetch much higher prices on the market because buyers trust that it's authentic. This coin is more than just money. It's a symbol of courage, resilience, and progress. And whether you're a serious collector or just someone curious about coins, the 2022D Maya Angelou quarter is one you should definitely pay attention to. From its beautiful design to its potential value, it represents one of the most exciting modern issues in U.S. coinage. So keep your eyes open, keep searching your change, and maybe one day you'll come across a coin that will become the centerpiece of your collection and maybe even the most expensive Maya Angelou quarter ever sold.